I mean, I guess anyone who has a family would say that, and they would do that, but it's a tough thing to watch, especially the scene where he's driving away and he's crying. That's a horrible scene to watch.
Especially when he lifts up the blanket, hoping she's there.
Yeah, and that's when he's like, oh, that's when the waterworks start going for him, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. And then she runs out trying to say goodbye because she feels bad. But I guess it's part of the reasons why I watched why I wanted to do this movie.
Nice. Go ahead. Sorry.
Have you seen Ad Astra yet?
I have not, but I want to.
Brad Pitt. Yeah, it falls in between this and 2001.
Okay.
I mean, this is by far the better film.
Okay.
It's visually very pretty.
What I've heard, what I've heard about Ad Astra is that it feels like it's missing chunks, like they cut it down, and it should have been a longer film. Is that true?
It does feel like a giant epic that they kind of cut through. Because at some parts it's like action, and other parts it's just like an art film. So it's like, But I enjoyed it. I mean, they had the space elevator for the first time, like in a movie. So it was kind of neat.
Huh.
They've always theorized on having something like that built to take things straight up. And that's what he was on in the very beginning of it. So I liked it. Very pretty. Very pretty movie.
So what do you think about Interstellar, Chris? Give us your thoughts. Or what was your first experience with the film? Since you've seen it so much, when did you first see it?
I saw an IMAX.
Okay.
Nice. A true IMAX screen. Where I used to live, it was like a giant ass screen. It was amazing. And then when the Blu-ray came out, I bought it with a celluloid cut of the 35 millimeter print. So I have that.
I have one too. Nice.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just, to me, it's just a modern day sci-fi classic.
Mm-hmm.
I like Matthew McConaughey. I like seeing him in roles like this again instead of being the rom-com guy he was for so long. And then I remember seeing the movie and seeing Matt Damon there. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I was in the movie theater looking to my left and right like, no one else has shot this iron. Matt Damon's in this movie.
Yeah. Right.
And then for him to play a weasel, which up until The Departed, I didn't think he was capable of playing. So then to do that, I'm like, oh my god. I thought it was great. What really got me and wins me over every single time I see it over and over again, I hated the robot the very first time I saw it. I'm like, a fucking square.
I love Tars. Tars is the badass.
I'm getting there. I hate. I'm like, are you shitting me? Until they had a ghost. It wasn't Tars that saved her, right? Did Tars save her, or was it the other one?
Case.
It was Case that saved.
Yeah.
And when Case saved her, I was like, oh crap! No, that's actually pretty cool. And the more I watch it, the more I just love them. It's like, you don't talk much, Case. He goes, Tars talks enough for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, they're the best. I think they'll go down in sci-fi history as one of the cooler AIs, but they don't get enough credit yet.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I noticed that too. That's probably one of the more shining stars in this movie, even though there's not a face to the characters, just a block basically.
And you depend on them. Like, you really like them. When he did at the end where he disembarks and Tars goes, all right, see you on the other side, Coop. Like, it's a buddy.
You won't. You're a robot.
Like, yeah, but he's a buddy at that point.
Yeah.
All right, I know what the plan is. I'll see you there, Coop. Like, loved it. Anne Hathaway, she's all right in it. Jessica Chastain is great. The young Timothy Chalamet, whatever his name is, how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Dead ringer for a young Casey Affleck. Perfect casting.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Now that you say that, that's amazing.
I was like, oh my god. Obviously at the time, he wasn't Timothy yet. You know, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was kind of virtually unknown, right? Kind of.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, they cast this kid perfectly. Little jackass too. And then I like Casey Affleck in it. You can't have a movie with Damon without an Affleck somewhere in there, so it's awesome.
Right.
That should have been our first clue that he was in the movie. I love. Oh man, I forgot his name now. The grandfather, the Trinity killer.
Oh, Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah, Harry and the Hendersons. like him. I can't remember his name now, but he's a great actor.
John Lithgow, right?
Yes. Him, oh yeah. Like, great cast. But when I watched it this time again, now this movie is between Inception and Dunkirk, am I right?
Yes.
It's in the middle of the three?
Yes.
You could tell his use of time and with the music.
I love the music in this.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
The way and it seems like Nolan, besides Batman movies, loves messing with time. You can go with Memento. You could argue the one with Hugh Jackman. And
The Prestige, right?
I love that one too. You could argue the Prestige too, the way he's messing with certain things there. But the ticking, it's a precursor
to Dunkirk, right?
Oh my god, thank you. I can't even speak right now. To Dunkirk, exactly. The longer time periods of this lasts longer and here is left over from Inception. Like, he's had these ideas and he's playing with them in different movies. But this one, you can tell it's kind of sandwiched in between the two, because he does take that ticking noise for the music in the background and exponentially uses it in Dunkirk. And I thought, watching it this time around, I noticed, I'm like, holy crap. Like, you can see where he wanted to go, was messing with something, or where he got the inspiration from almost to go further. Yeah.
I wasn't aware of the ticking until, I don't know if it was only for that one scene when they get onto the first planet, right?
Yeah, where it's like every day, I think, is a tick. You're kind of like that. It breaks it down.
Yeah.
The tick, tick, tick. But just the emphasis of the time, like, you could really tell. And then in Dunkirk, it's the whole thing's just a ticking clock.
So the one I still haven't seen yet.
Dunkirk is...
See, some people either love it or hate it, though.
I loved it, but it's not something I could probably... Like, there's... It's, like, kind of dreadful, you know? Like, it's fucking anxiety-riddled. If that makes sense.
Yeah. It really is. And then I still cry at the end every single time. It's a rough
How is it compared to 1917?
Completely different.
Completely different, okay.
It's
I could see why people
act like a jackass. Besides two different wars, it's a different deal.
Okay.
Like, not being a dickhead about it, but that's what I was trying to say. Not being a jackass. The two different wars, but like one's continuous run.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one, there's 3 different time things going on at once.
Mm-hmm. Out of synchronization,
so that,
whatever. So
yeah, so you have to catch it and then do it. Like, once I realized that, I'm like, he's a fucking genius, man. He's a genius. I'm in. Like, that's how I was. I'm like, oh man, fucking Christopher Nolan, so good. People hated it, but I thought it was great.
I feel like Nolan is an amazing filmmaker because he's making true cinema, but he's also has mass appeal, you know, and that's hard to do. Where he's making artsy, like, blockbusters, and nobody really does that in that fashion.
No, I want to say the people that are driving it know his name from Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's like, it's a Nolan film. Yeah, so many directors get that in a decade. Like 1 or 2, I think, will get that every decade. On a mass, not through us. That's like every year, like, we like this new guy.
Yeah.
But like on a mass appeal, I think it's like that.
And also another big thing about Nolan is that he hasn't made a bad film, or a film that you could argue is not good. You know what I mean? Everything that he's put out is fucking top tier solid. You know what I mean? Which it's rare, especially for as long as he's been in the game. You would have, it's crazy. But he puts so many years into each film. It's insane. Like, it took 10 years to write of Inception. You know, it's fucking nuts.
Well, that's just doing the math on that one.
You're right.
I'm surprised that he sold that. Honestly, like,
yeah.
That's gonna be
like,
so hard to pitch.
Yeah, they probably didn't understand it. They're like, dude, it's Christopher fucking Nolan giving money. Like, okay, you're right here.
Yeah.
So yeah. What about you, Wes? What's your take on Interstellar?
All right, so I've only seen this film before. I watched it in its entirety this morning, but I had only seen it it was a screener. My other buddy, Chris Pollock, who is still a projectionist, took me to watch it on 35 millimeter before it was out.
Oh, nice.
It was an amazing experience and beautiful film. Obviously, if I had to rate it, I would give it. I think it's perfect, 10 out of 10. There's nothing that I would challenge about it, and the ending is fucking incredible too. But yeah, everything. There's the sound design, the amount, the way that he's able to create the tension, where the way the movie builds is brilliant. It's almost like the film is in a category of its own, much like 2001, the Kubrick film was, where it's just like, holy shit, like the miniatures that they built and how they filmed those and how it just looks so goddamn they just sell every bit of this, and it's pretty incredible. It's definitely a treat to watch it again. I had forgotten a lot of the things that happened in this, so it was like almost rewatching it for the first time. Like I forgot fucking Matt Damon was in it. Him being the villain is a great twist, because you don't like you said, he really hasn't done that too much, maybe here and there in his career, but for him to come out in a movie like this where he's really not in it too long, and then he just fucking betrays the shit out of everybody. He's like, no, I'm gonna fucking start the colony, and then Michael Caine's really good in this too. Obviously, he's always good. He's a Nolan, like a Nolan regular, right? It's crazy how old he is. I didn't know he's like, I think like 80 now or something. Around there.
Yeah, he's. My favorite thing he's ever said though is when they asked him about Jaws 4. He goes, "Yeah, you know what? Not a great movie. I kind of don't like it, but I love the beach house it bought me."
Yeah.
Jaws 4.
Hey, Wes, I have a question for you. Who did the music in this one?
Hans Zimmer.
Oh, it was still him?
Hans. He breaks my balls.
I know he's attached to like everything that he does.
It was Hans Zimmer. But the catch with this one was, and this is actually pretty amazing, is that Nolan did not tell him what he was going to be scoring. He gave him a letter, which was, I think, a one-page letter to like somebody to their father, much like in the movie, like kind of mirroring the movie. And he was like, I want you to score everything around this, and that's all. Like, you have no concept, nothing, just this letter. And so they actually used what he scored just off of that one letter. He had no idea that it was for Interstellar, and it's fucking weird, like creepy how well it's synchronized to what we're seeing on the screen.
Yeah, I just love the way they have the like, I think is it like an organ?
Yeah, something like that.
It just sounds really like opera, like fan of the opera, or like it reminded me of some like Frankenstein or something that you would hear in some old horror movie.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
And like,
and I have a question for Chris. What was your why do you turn off the movie at the end?
I start getting tired.
Okay.
Well, it's like it grabs my whole attention, and then honestly, it's him yelling into the mic. The breaking voice just really bothers me.
Oh, the crunchy audio.
It's just like are we listening through Tar's ears, or like what's going on? Like, why do we have to hear that?
Yeah,
it's space.
They do that in the beginning too, right? When they're showing him as a pilot.
Do that? Yeah, they probably do. When
for a couple seconds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I did like how in the beginning too that they make you think it's like the Dust Bowl. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And then you find out it's like, oh no, it's on this giant cylinder spaceship going through space. And then you brought it up, made me think about it, was the epic of just how big the film is, but it's really two movies in one. You can actually separate the daughter's story and his.
Yeah.
You could have two movies in one.
Oh yeah, you could.
It would be like part one.